She hurt you and you said nothing. No long messages, no chasing, no trying to explain your pain. You just went quiet. And now she can't forget you. Not because silence is some trick, but because of what that silence actually meant. Most men think they have to react, to defend themselves, to prove a point, to make her understand. But the moment you start doing that, you lose something powerful. You lose control over how she sees you. Because reacting emotionally in that moment doesn't make you look strong. It makes you look predictable. And predictable is easy to forget. But when you stayed silent, you broke that pattern. You became something she couldn't read, something she couldn't fully understand. And that's what stayed in her mind. Because here's the truth most people don't talk about. When someone hurts you, they expect a reaction. They expect anger, sadness, maybe even begging. Because those reactions give them closure. They confirm that they still have emotional control over you. But when you give them nothing, no reaction, no explanation, no closure, it creates a gap in their mind, a question that never gets answered. And the human brain hates unanswered questions. It keeps going back, replaying moments, trying to figure out what you felt, what you thought, why you didn't respond the way everyone else does. And that's where you become unforgettable. Not because you played a game, but because you showed something rare, emotional control. And emotion. Control is powerful because it signals self-respect. It shows that you don't need to prove your worth through reactions. You don't need to fight for attention. You don't need to chase someone who hurt you. And for her, that's confusing because she's used to men trying to fix things, trying to win her back, trying to stay connected even after being disrespected. But you didn't do that. You stepped back. You protected your energy. And in doing that, you changed the entire dynamic. Now, instead of you trying to understand her, she's trying to understand you. She starts thinking about what she lost instead of what she had. She starts questioning her own actions instead of judging yours. And that shift is what makes your silence so loud. Because silence isn't empty. It's full of meaning when it comes from a place of strength. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think silence alone is enough. They think ignoring someone automatically creates attraction. But forced silence, silence used as a tactic, feels different. It carries tension, insecurity, neediness hidden underneath, and people can feel that. Real silence, the kind that stays with someone, comes from acceptance, from genuinely deciding that you don't need to explain yourself to someone who chose to hurt you. It's calm, it's grounded, it's not trying to prove anything, and that's why it works, because it's real. And when she thinks about you later, she doesn't just remember what happened, she remembers how you handled it. She remembers that you didn't chase, you didn't argue, you didn't lower yourself. And that creates respect, even if she never admits it. Because deep down, people value what they can't control. And in that moment, she realized she couldn't control you anymore. Now, this doesn't mean silence is always the answer. Sometimes communication matters. Sometimes speaking up is necessary. But in moments where your value is tested, where your self-respect is on the line, your ability to stay calm and not react emotionally can say more than any words ever could. Because words can be argued with, but silence stays. It echoes. It lingers in the spaces where explanations used to be. And that's why she can't forget you. Not because you disappeared, but because you left without noise, without drama, without giving her the reaction she expected. And in doing that, you became different from everyone else. And different is what people remember. So if you're in that situation right now, understand this. Your silence is not weakness. It's a message that you value yourself enough to walk away without explaining your worth. And when that message is real, not forced, not calculated, it doesn't just change how she sees you. It changes how you see yourself. And that's where the real power is. Because the moment you stop needing someone to understand your silence, that's the moment it starts speaking for you in ways words never could.